we go down this stairway. Statue up. And where are you at, friend? Hello. Let us phantom mirror you. I guess you're probably resistant, highly resistant to electricity, right? If not immune. You're not. What an idiot. Who would use electrical magic without being resistant yourself? Because that's such a dangerous source. It conducts through things. If somebody's touching you when you cast a spell on them, you're dead. I mean, not in a video game, of course, but realistically. But what else have we got here? Let's use our box of beasts. Let's use Scroll of Silence now. Yeah, do you know what? I'm scared. Oh, never mind. Are those innate abilities, really? Master the following spells, which are affected by silence and anti-magic. What game? Excuse me? Scroll of Silence. Can't see any enemies that this would affect. Am I doing something wrong here? Is this me or is this the game? I'm very confused. I'm not likely to use it anyway. Oh, I'm not close enough. There we go. Okay. That's better. It's very, very much confused for the moment there, and... Right? I immediately go to cast a spell like an idiot. Can't do that. But, holy cow, that is so much better than the alternative here. Managing to take this buddy out, no problem, just as the silence leaves his square too. You love to see it. Whew, and there we go. One fancy elite out of the running. Nikola is always going to be a scary one, especially with that new chain lightning damage stat. That is ridiculously freaky. But onwards we go. Scroll of Amnesia. Do I want to forget any spells now? Yes, actually. I will forget Sandblast. That is great. Are we at 8 out of 8 rings? I sure hope so. I thought I was for the last little bit. Yes, indeed we are. I should actually, even looking at this, I should do a quick reassessment, make sure that these are the 8 rings that we want on at all times. And what do I switch out? I guess Willpower and Resist Corrosion are probably interchangeable, depending on the fight here. So we will keep that in mind, for sure. And I'm hoping that that's the scariest of the unique fights that we have to go through in the rest of Swamp here, because running into Louise right away when we first tried coming down, and then Nikola on this floor, it's too much for my poor old heart, you know? Tom shushes you conspicuously. Thanks, Tom. Let us stop picking up Wands of Charming so I don't have to worry about that. And let's see, we feel clumsy. Did we get any changes there? Did we have an increase in dex somehow? I really haven't been paying close enough attention to my mutations, which is probably very bad. Okie dokie, Thorn Hunter. Are you resistant to poison? Indeed you are. But fire works well on you. While they're in the water, it would be nice if we could shoot off our Wand of Flame, but it was not meant to be. How hard are you to destroy? Because I do want to get back onto the stairs. Perfect. Excuse me, pardon me. Take my way here, and yeah, both enemies here are definitely going to be resistant to our poison. But not so much iron shots. Let's hope for some solid rolls here. For some heavy hits. IMB to keep them the heck away from us as well. Interesting, the Thorn Hunter evaporated and reformed as a full health shambling mangrove. Fun. Thanks, appreciate it, bud. We didn't use all of our mana trying to take care of that bad boy or anything like that. Oh, jeez. At least we should be able to take it out in relatively short order. Or maybe I'll even spend a couple turns. Oh, I'm not even on the stairs. Would you look at that? And then we also get teleported. Would you look at that? What a wild ride Zom takes us on. I need to find a corner, though, somewhere a bit safer. We're still able to read right now, which makes me kind of want to do so. I don't like getting surrounded like this when we're not expecting it. Not that where we get dropped is necessarily any better, but I need an opportunity to gain back some of our magic points here, I think. Against all these undead enemies, we're not going to be healing off of our vampiric trident, so I'm going to read a teleport scroll and then maybe try and kill off one of these buddies before we zip out of here. That works for me. That does not work for me. Let's see. You're susceptible to fire. 98% chance to hit. I'll go for it. Doesn't deal amazing damage, this wand, but at least with the vulnerability, it's slightly better than it otherwise might be. And then, how hard do you hit? Oops. 30 damage, that's not too bad. So I'm going to OTR to take care of these wasps. Maybe I should have waited it out and gotten the little bit of magic back to get back into statue form, but no longer an option here, so just hope that that poison does the trick, at least to the closer two of the wasps. In fact, I will start hitting them because we at least heal when we hit something living. Perfect. Jeez Louise. And now I guess we could start running. Perfect. No, we will have to beat this buddy, or I guess IMB them. Perfect. Get the heck out of there. Ooh. Fun stuff. You've grown too confident for your meager worth? I'm really not that confident, Zom. I don't know where you're getting this from. I'm so scared. Each and every encounter that we go up against. Crazy kiddo. Okay, friends, if you could all come with me. As long as we're in statue form, I do feel a lot more comfortable fighting these ghouls. That was definitely our main concern a bit ago. And in fact, we should just be able to tab our way through the rest of this. Perfect. Oh, am I standing in chaos? Zom? Why? Why you do? Stop. Please? Jeez. I don't believe the placement of our PD pip really means anything on the top right. Yeah? I guess it doesn't matter because it just changed again. Back to being a toy of Zom. At least we're not boring him too much. Oh, and a wand of acid. Okay. That kind of makes up for stuff, Zom. Thank you. What can we drop, though? Oh, you know, not even just drop. What I should have done a long time ago is read all of these enchant weapon scrolls. What am I doing with my life? This is an incredible weapon that we'll probably be using the entire game. And we'll also... Oh, I was going to say also use our identification scroll, but that is not the case. Don't have anything to identify. Perfect, and let's see if our new and improved trident makes any tangible bonuses that we can see. Ooh, and a favorite toy of Zom. Yes, please. Okay, let me quickly switch rings. I'm going to put my resist corrosion on in place of willpower. Try to avoid... Oh. Getting hit by this froggy boy. We did take a little bit of poison damage thanks to statue form running out at just the most inopportune moment, like it do. Though we should be better now that we are in this gap. Start blasting some of these sons of guns. Just blast them. The Elinoma is healing up, I believe, as quickly as we're dealing damage. That should be fine, as long as we're hitting someone here. Geez, never a dull moment, at the very least. I'm gonna have to, for my next tournament run, I'm gonna have to go in with like a Troll Berserker. Just something straightforward, as dumb as it gets, so I don't have to deal with quite as constant worry as this run has been. Never know what's gonna happen. Just be on the toes, or on my toes the entire time. Which is saying a lot, just based on how slowly I play this game in general. Solid 8 hours of intense focus. At least ideally. Honestly, it's probably more like 5 hours of intense focus and then 3 hours of me just panicking and not knowing what the heck is going on. But we'll see, we'll see. I'm trying to think if I should switch back to my willpower ring. Don't think it matters too much. I think I'm more likely to face more corrosion monsters. Oh, I'm confused. Fun. Thanks, just in time for my statue form to run out, as usual, of course. Let's stop stepping around maybe and just swing our blade, or our trident as it were. Perfect. Oh me, oh my. I think I will leave the Ring of Intelligence for now. I'm liking all the resistances we have. I mean, technically I feel like I should drop some of the random crap from my inventory and be more active with my ring switching, because this is doing more good than like just always having resistance to fire, always having resistance to cold even. You know, and I guess in Swamp, maybe we want to keep that on for any bog bodies that have the potential to show up. Let's see, is there anything that I could drop? Oh, I'm still carrying bolts without my crossbow. There we go. That makes things pretty straightforward. And right, we also already have a spare Ring of Intelligence. Don't want to get weird with it. I'll drop my brand weapon scrolls. Not likely to use them for the time being, if at all. Let's pick that up, shall we? Even maybe putting it on temporarily here for fun. Just have to remember, I'm switching off some of my resistances. I'm switching off my See Invisible. Remember this simple fact, and I'll be okay. I'm not going to remember it, of course, but hey, one can dream. So let's switch out the Ring of Cold just for funsies. Bring us up to 47 intelligence. Love to see it. In fact, what does that do for our power levels here? LRD is still a ways off, Irradiate is still a ways off. Does intelligence not affect spell power? It's been far too long since I looked into some of the statistical bonuses in this game. I'm sure a bunch have changed since the last time I bothered to look, even. There we go. Still, all in all, not too bad of a Swamp 3 relative to Swamp 1 and 2 at the very least. And we're just about at our next rune here. Also, can Zom open like ruined doors? You know, the translucent ruined ones that are entrances to some of these scary vaults? Because if so, I don't want to spend a single turn in sight range of one of those. That is very scurry. Hello? I'm guessing he can't though. Based on how most of those kind of mechanics work in this game, I'm thinking slash wishing slash hoping that that is not how that works. Also, I shouldn't stay here. I think I should bring some of these bad boys upstairs with me. Don't want to get harpooned off, but I also don't want to get trampled off the stairs by the dragon. So let's switch it up, see what else we can find in terms of an egress point. Of course, just the worst timing once more on the end of our statue form. Seems like we always turn a corner right into an enemy just as it comes off, which is very unfortunate. Oh, that's Kirke. Hold up. Don't kill a pig. Don't kill a poor innocent pig if we can help it. Oh no. Oh no, we have auxiliary attacks. Oh, I'm gonna kill the pig by accident. Please, stop. Stop killing yourself. I care so much about you. Ooh, wait, that's how we do it. We freeze them. We petrify them. They can't kill themselves. Perfect. I cannot use OTR though. What's up my odds of hitting you? 78%? Let's make sure it heads this way so it doesn't potentially hit someone else. Statue form once more. Step up here, step here. I'm taking far too many pains to do my self-fulfilling thing, but for any of you who haven't been here in the past, I refuse to kill innocent souls if it can be helped. So ideally, I can take care of Kirke without killing any of her hogs. Yes! Poor innocent souls are much more important to me than even my own. Perfect. I also have to remember that... Was it in this game that I left Natasha somewhere? No, I think that might have been my Vampire Hunter. Our first run of the tournament. Because, yeah, Natasha, Kirke, and Pickle are all the significant effects. And then the Swamp Train breathes on them and they die. Hey, as long as I'm not the one killing them, I'm doing my best. I do at least draw the line somewhere for sure. Okay, before we get too much more poisoned, let's go back into statue form. I wanted to gain some distance here so that we weren't getting completely surrounded while we slowly crawl our way out of there. This works. I'm curious if this is just going to be a bunch of Hydras or... Hey, that's the son of a gun I was about to mention. Hello, Lerny. There's only one way to go about this. Okay, I need sight range on you. Good to know. Phantom Mirror is by far the easiest solution to this problem. Just want to make sure that we're not screwing ourselves over too much until we get there. So, how do I want to start off this? No, we should be fine. Let's just kill the things in front of us. Try not to take too much damage ourselves, or at least healing up most of the damage that we do take. And I guess we also need to make sure if we spend a single turn next to the Liurnan Hydra without statue form, we're dead. Pretty much guaranteed. So, let's not do that. We're in statue form, we're still good. Phantom Mirror, Liurnan Hydra. And I believe the Liurnan Hydra should just die in one turn, at least usually. Funnily enough, the Phantom Mirror Liurnan, yeah, every time. I don't think I've ever used that without the Liurnan Hydra dying in that same turn, which is ridiculous. And that should help us out with the rest of this encounter as well, if that buddy just keeps following along with us. You love to see it. That's definitely one of my favorite tricks that I learned, is just how effective a Phantom Mirror is. Even if we didn't have any evocations, it still pretty much ends in that exact same fashion. Oh, swap puzzle places or swap piece places. Thank you, Zom. Always love to see it, bud. Zom momentarily opens a gate. What does that mean? Oh, you summoned a bunch of cool. Take that. And that should be the rest of this floor pretty much. I think we'll do okay against most of these buddies, as long as we keep our statue form around. That's the one kind of conditional win factor that we still have running here. As well as paying attention maybe when different monster types show up. Because we're mostly just solid against all the dragons and drakes that show up. Hydras and whatnot. Perfect. And there we go. You love to see it. Not too bad whatsoever. 2 runes out of the way. Perfect. And, now one question becomes, what do we want to do for our 3rd rune? Could go for the royal jelly. I wouldn't mind that. Wait, can my projectiles go through these plants? Oh, they can. Oh, you fool, Thorn Hunter. You didn't know what you were getting into here. Perfect. But yeah, I think Royal Jelly definitely calls out to me a little bit on a spellcaster like this. Statue form, we also have a decent amount of health. What else? Vaults, maybe. Wouldn't be too bad with OTR. And you do get some nice treasure, and it's been a little bit since I did Vaults. I don't think I'm willing to do Abyss because of our previous experiences there. Unless, of course, if Zom sends us directly to Abyss 3, I'll probably check it out for a little bit. If just because we can even try our best to apport the rune to us and then just teleport the heck out of there, which would be nice. Do we still have blurry vision? We do indeed, okay. Is it still called blurry vision? It's not quite as directly fitting as the old effect, but still essentially a similar thing at the very least, right? And I guess it still is appropriate because the idea would just be that it blurs your vision so much when you get hurt that you can't read whatsoever. Definitely tracks, it follows. And seeing the polearm skill increase pop up in the bottom of the screen here does give me a nice reminder to check in on all of our skills. I might as well start training a little bit of dodging. It's not something I want to rely on ever whatsoever, but it is nice to have that ambiently in the background saving us some damage. And then, let's take a look at our spells real quick. Just see if there's anything else that we might want to shuffle around, relearn. I still don't think I've found Ignite Poison. Doesn't look like it, so that's good to note. What else? What high-level spells do we have? We could switch into Fire. Try and get Ignition up and running. I do love me some Ignition. And it would do wonders for either Vaults or the Royal Jelly fight, for sure. Need a lot of spell levels, though. So maybe even spellcasting can come up a little bit. Guess, is there a lower level spell that I can learn in the time being? I want low level fire, please. Not a single one. Very cool. Is that the only fire spell I've found this whole game? It is. Holy cow. Well, that's too bad. I could probably spend just a little bit of money in the spellbook shop that we found an eternity ago. Maybe get, like, even just Foxfire or something is all I want. Also, it's not very often you see a one-headed Hydra. What a cutie. Hey, buddies. So sad. So pathetic compared to your friends. We just fought one with 27 times as many heads. Don't know what you're expecting to do to us, little buddies. Thanks, Zom. Gave us gold. 4 gold. Wow. What a generous allowance from our favorite deity. Thanks, bud. Scroll of Enchant weapon can immediately go on our trident, and I'm going to just take darts off of our auto pickup to simplify our inventory management in the future. Same with, oh, bolts was on auto pickup. So maybe I just re-picked up bolts now that I think about it. Don't spend it all in one place. He knows how to treat you, indeed. No, Zom is the best parental figure in the game, for sure. Beautiful allowance. Buy yourself something nice, kid. Exactly. Okie dokie, there we go. Not too bad. I think what I might do now, Let's take a quick search here for amnesia scrolls. Okay, yes, I do indeed not have any of them on me. Oh, but doing Orc 2 is actually on the way for where I'd like to go, so I'm gonna head that way. I think I'm just about ready now to get rid of Petrify. We're starting to face stronger and stronger enemies that are very unlikely to be affected by them anyway, so probably no harm, no foul in getting rid of that. And that gives us almost enough. Oops. Almost enough levels? Oh, it does give us enough levels. We've gained one already. Heck yeah, bud. Well, let me come in here. We will also buy a haste potion while we're here, buy another curing potion, why the heck not, and that scroll of amnesia. Thank you kindly. Grab all of those buddies. The amnesia scroll is just on the floor because our inventory is just constantly too full. And let's get rid of Petrify. Yes. Let's memorize Ignition. The remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen, you know? Mama rollin' that body, got every man in here wishing. I wish R. Kelly wasn't such a horrible human being, because that single song is incredible. Someone needs to do a good remix. Yeah, Safed bringing it up. Exactly. I hate how much I like that song. Same with a lot of, problematic things from my childhood that were such a core part of growing up, like the Harry Potter series, but it doesn't hit the same anymore. Every single time, I have to immediately think about how much I hate the person. So, unfortunately, I'm not sure what the answer to that question is, Safid. But, ideally, if somebody could just write a killer remix, or even just a cover that hits that same spot in my brain, that would be just peachy. Because I would like to enjoy the musicality of it itself. And I do, in some degrees, believe in the separation of art from the artist. It just gets messy sometimes. And I like to be careful with that kind of slippery slope reasoning. Oh, right, and I totally forgot what air elementals looked like earlier. This is what they look like. They're these little, like, snacky boys. Right. For whatever reason, I just see lightning and I don't put the two and two together every single time. Acquirement scroll. Excuse me? Let's just go get that now. Please and thank you. What you got for me? A demon trident of electrocution? That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Why you do this to me, game? I don't need any of this crap. Staff of Earth, no good. That hat, not at all necessary. 800 pieces of gold? There's like nothing I want to buy anymore these days. Let's maybe check on that thought though. There's an experience potion. I should probably go buy that at some point. It's real far away though, and I am running low on the Zot clock here. Which is not great. Do I just go for the demon trident? The main issue with my current vampiric one is that if we ever fought against a bunch of undead, it's not great. Let's do it. I don't really have use for the gold anyway. Even if I just leave that sitting around on the floor, I think I'm happy with that. And let's see. You stay in this branch and explore no new floors. So, okay, we can hop down to the next floor to give us a few more turns if need be. That's good. Gotta be cognizant of that because we've had a few slow areas for sure in the recent memory and been traveling a lot, I guess, which always does a number in that regard. But, let's see, anything I can drop here? Just drop my Wand of Polymorph. Could drop my Wand of Flame. It's kind of past its point of efficacy as well. And finally, let's drop my Scrolls of Identify. Perfect. Allow us to pick up this Demon Trident. At least give it a chance, an opportunity. And let's try our best to get through this quickly and succinctly. Maybe, just maybe, we'll be okay. Fortunately, we do have a decent amount of AoE now. I also never turned on fire magic because I'm an idiot. So let's do that now. I want to bring fire magic up to somewhere like 20 to get ignition going. Could always use some wands of wizardry to supplement that as well for those specific fights. See how that goes. Fortunately, we do have a decent number of new floors and new branches to explore in the near future here. Head down to depths, give us a bunch of extra turns. Of course, just go downstairs on this floor. How are we doing here? Still over 4,000, perfect. It's not every game that I find myself running close on the Zot clock, but when I use statue form far too often, I definitely can occasionally find travel times taking a little longer than expected and screwing myself over a little bit. If not to the point where Zot actually finds us, at least to the point where I start to be worried and scared about it. What did I just pick up? One flame. Drop that again, and this time around, let's actually pop in here and get rid of some of our auto pickup things. We don't need any of this crap, don't need that. There's an evasion, no. Dexterity, no. Hum-de-dum. Even wizardry, no. And where were those wands? Charming, we're never picking up. Wands of flame, we're never picking up. And polymorph, we don't want to pick up. Perfect. Hopefully save us some trouble. And here goes. Last little section of the floor. How are we doing? Still over 4,000. Perfect. I'm still not totally used to the Zot clock, even though I've played a decent number of games with it now. Fortunately, much like was intended, in the majority of games, it just never becomes relevant whatsoever. But it's still, because of that, I guess, it has meant that I don't have much personal experience at all, and I have no idea how much I can push the limits exactly. Whoa, perfect. Almost on the floor? Gotta be, right? Awesome. Let's check out how many turns we get for this. From 4, 2, 3, 4 to... Okay, wow. We gain a whole lot of turns on that. Very sick. And, in fact, we don't even have to keep running, I don't think. We'll just start the old fight here. Don't know if the air elemental can push me off. Can you do your storm thing anymore? No, you changed your abilities. Weak electrical burst, which causes brief paralysis. Okay, that's good to know. And resistance to electricity can sometimes prevent it, at least. That's good. You've only seen the Zot clock warning once in maybe 100 games. You just had to pop down a stair to get more time at it in that case and never got warned again. What number of turns is the warning given out at? Out of curiosity. Is it like 2,000? And I guess there are a couple different levels of warning too, right? Like it says, like Zot turns their attention towards you, versus by the end, it's like Zot is almost here. For some reason, that triggers some kind of memory in my head. So I feel like that's the case, but I could be wrong for sure. Because again, yeah, I've never seen the warning. I've been super concerned and worried about it, but never gone quite to that point. And I also just picked up one of the new spells. Don't think we'll be using it this run, but Manifold Assault. I'm very excited to fool around with and try out at some point in the future. You get a really heavy weapon, it just hits every enemy on the screen with whatever you're holding, I believe. So you can have like a two-handed Executioner's Axe and just slam absolutely everyone. Rocktopus is actually seeming pretty strong, huh? Very much so, actually. Ever since we finally got statue form up and running, we got all of our skill training up as well. Like, I'm not even paying attention for most of these fights. Which is probably what's going to get me killed, don't get me wrong. But for the time being, it's kind of nice, isn't it? especially against a living floor like this. Too confused to attack without stumbling around. Oh, interesting. Did they change that? I feel like you used to be able to just swing while confused, right? Got to bounce. Best of luck with the rest of the run. Yeah, no, thank you so much for cheering us on here so far, and we'll do our best to stay alive. If you ever want to watch the end of it all, whether that be a depressing end or a fantastic, glorious one, the VODs will definitely be up on Twitch here. Not sure if I'll be finishing our Rocktopus today, but we'll definitely be making some more progress, a little bit more progress before we switch out. But no, thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a great rest of your day, TBD. Perfect. And onwards we go. Definitely having much less trouble here in Elf than we did on our first attempt coming down, so I'd love to see that. It's nice to be back in a branch that just is fully weak to OTR, and we can take full advantage of that effect. Especially, okay, Demonologists can be a pain in the butt, but as long as we get them poisoned enough, should be okay in the long run. In fact, no problems whatsoever. I guess as long as the invisible buddies aren't also resistant to poison without me being aware of it. Okie dokie, let me alter your body again. Thank you, Zom. What should we get? Feel ourselves wasting away. Our iridescent scales recede a bit, which isn't a huge deal. Those go away whenever we enter statue form. We also have magic power wands. Okay, that's good to know. I should be paying more attention to those, especially now. One of the slight RC file additions that we also made, that I'm not sure if it's working, but I think it has procced every time so far, is to add a force more message, specifically when worshipping Zom, anytime the word Zom shows up, or God. Because it's definitely important to be paying maybe slightly more attention than I have been, or had been, in the first half of the run on those little factors. But in general, it doesn't seem to be giving us too much of a swing either towards the positive or the negative, our buddy Zom. At least so far, and I'd love it if they could just keep that up. I love it when random deviates somewhere around the middle, and we don't deal with just the wild swings each way. I'm surprised almost that I don't go with Zom more often, because another game that I really have enjoyed playing in the past is RoomWorld. And in that game, you have different narrative storytellers that you can pick that will change your game experience in some ways. And I always, or almost always I should say, go with Randy Randy? I forget what his name is. Randy sounds right to me though. Because it's just so much fun to just let fate wreak havoc on the whole thing. Let's see, how many magic mapping scrolls do I have? I have 6. I think I'm going to read one here just to give me a good idea of where this final vault is. Perfect. So I can then just completely block off this exit, even double block so that I'm not stupid about it. Perfect. That will hopefully allow us to clear the rest of the floor first in relatively straightforward condition. As long as this buddy doesn't burrow walls where we don't want him to. Perfect. Much better. And another requirement scroll. Game, you are far too kind. Let's hope that this one is actually half decent for us, though. We get the ring Faso, resistance to poison, strength +6, and dex +6. So it would make some progress towards my whole dream of wearing 8 artifact rings at the same time. But it's not necessarily amazing on its own. I'm going to check out the Book of Spheres. Does that mean I already have all of those in my spell book? No, I do not. Good to note. For some reason I thought grayed out in a spell book meant that we already had access to it. Do I want these though? Orb of Destruction could be nice. It's a good way of taking out orbs of fire, but Iron Shot can do the trick as well if we're willing to duke it out a wee bit longer with those bad boys. Iskandarans, Conjure Ball Lightning, could try out the new Ball Lightning, Fireball. We are learning some fire. Let's see, how are we doing for spell levels? Still at 0. What could we forget? You mean those are good spells, but not sure if I need them? I very much agree, yeah. Yeah, normally if I was really desperate for a single target heavy damage spell, if I hadn't found Iron Shot by now, I would be memorizing this in a heartbeat. But in order to cast rather, Orb of Destruction, we would have to do a whole lot more training in conjurations, which I don't really want to invest in. I kind of like where we're at right now in general, in all aspects, so might just have to leave that for the time being. Let's just take out the summoner. Perfect. Oh, I should actually also potentially be checking out how strong is this ghost. The Apparition of Vatovi the Impaler. 40 damage and a venom weapon. Are they carrying the Warlock's Mirror shield as well? I don't recognize things quite as comfortably as I used to in the new tile set here, but it kind of looks like they're carrying that, doesn't it? I guess that wouldn't make sense because you can't normally have a Bardiche in a shield, but I also don't know how much ghosts follow the rules, seeing as how they're incorporeal, and also all that. Is that right? Why does that sound wrong on my mouth right now? For whatever reason, I'm having such weird issues with the mouthfeel of words today. I mean, I go full ring meme. I think so. There's nothing else here that I want. And, I mean, if you ask me if I want to be wearing 8 artifact rings in the end, I'd say for so, you know? For show. I guess it would work better if it was for show. But regardless, I apologize to everyone for that.